So you want to build a profitable business. You want to build a business that's super successful. I've identified 20 key areas for building a successful business. Now, I've done the first 10 in my last video. You can watch that by clicking here, but this video is going to go through the second 10. If you're new to this channel and you're serious about growing your business, then make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. And here's the crucial thing. As I'm going through these next 10 points, this is point 11 to 20 on what I think is the perfect business, the most profitable types of businesses, the businesses that you really want to own. If you've got any other ideas, then please hit them in the comments below. And this is all of the chapters that are coming in my new book, The Perfect Business, at some point in the future when I can be bothered to finish writing it. I mean, I say that in jest. I wrote 3 already, so this isn't just going to be some pipe dream. I'm actually going to bring this out. Let's have a look at number 11 of the 20 rules that I think builds a perfect business. It's a hungry audience. The other businesses have different ways of saying this. Some people say chimney pots, i.e. there's plenty of population and a hungry audience combined together. There's no point in building a multi-cinema complex in a village of only 30 people. You want to make sure that your business mentality has the same mindset. You've got to be able to build businesses where there is a hungry audience for what you sell. You want to sell ice cream on a seafront in the summer because there's a hungry audience for that. Now, this might seem blindingly obvious, but the amount of people that I've had on my podcast, the amount of business owners that I've helped, and I've done it myself. One of my recent failures was my Christmas tree village. I built this Christmas tree village. There was a hungry audience for Christmas trees, but there was already loads of people doing it around me. So there wasn't a big enough hungry audience for what I was proposing to sell to the market. So you've got to make sure that there is a huge hungry audience, huge amount of chimney pots, so that you've got more chance of muscling into the competition that's already there. So hungry audience and huge amount of chimney pots, i.e. massive population from where you want to trade your business and people that are really destined to go and buy what you've got to sell. Really important. Number 12, CAPEX is minimal. I've been involved in visitor attractions, leisure attractions, and what I've realized is they are hugely capital hungry. They always need capital to grow the business. If you've got a theme park, for example, you need new rides, millions of pounds that could cost you. If you want to go and build hotels, hundreds of millions of pounds to build hotels. Obviously, there's always going to be some CAPEX, but if you can keep it to a minimal amount. And that's why I think you're seeing fintech companies rise so much, because you can build a fintech company, like a financial tech company or even a tech company. You can build it over a period of time, and then as you're bringing in cash flow, you can then invest it more into programmers and developing the business. So as the business generates cash, you can reinvest more back in. That's definitely the smart way to do it. But if you need to open a 500-bedroom hotel or a theme park from the off, you need all the capital straight away. There is some advantages of having a highly capital intensive business. It does stop competition copying you. For example, you want to go and build that 300 million, £1 billion theme park like they're building in the UK in the next few years, just inside Kent, just outside London. It's the new Paramount theme park. I think they're planning to invest a couple of billion into this bad boy. That does stop you having any competition, but you've got to have the money in the first place. Now, when you're a nimble entrepreneur and you're starting out on your entrepreneurial life, you want to choose businesses where you keep the CAPEX to a minimum so you can stay in the game. Because it's not really about the profitability that a business makes that keeps you in the game. It's about protecting the cash flow that the business generates to keep you in the game. It's actually keeping the cash flowing keeps the business going. Minimizing CAPEX gives you much more chance of being far more successful. Chapter 13, residual income is simple to build. Now look, residual income is the stress buster of business. I've been saying this for years, and it's true that it takes time to build residual income. For example, you buy a residential property, you make some money on the first year, but by year 10 you've paid so much more of that debt down, or the property price has increased in value, rental prices increased in value, but your debt stays the same if you're on an interest only product, so your residual income becomes stronger. Same with buying or setting up a business. You take a business over, year 1 would be okay, but after 10 years of going at it, there's more chance of you bringing in a residual income via regularized profits. Now, when I talk about residual income, I'm talking about like the Netflix model, the Sky TV model, the renting a property model, membership model. If you can try and create membership models into your business, you're going to have a much more enjoyable entrepreneurial career. But what you don't want to do is stick a square peg in a round hole, or a round peg in a square hole, whatever the phrase is. You want to choose businesses where it's easy to do. do. I've always said this, setting up a direct debit to get fish and chips on a weekly basis is going to be really difficult. Choose businesses where residual income is easy to set up. Insurance, lending money, gyms, day nursery businesses, property rentals, they're all residual income businesses from the off. So try and choose residual income if you want to predict your income. You just want to avoid starting from zero each month at all costs. Number 14, your customers are not fickle and it's painless to build. Through my entrepreneurial career, I've had fickle customers and I've had very loyal customers. In fact, the most loyal customers I had was in my entertainment business when I was a family entertainer. People had me and they only wanted me. It didn't matter about price, they only wanted me. They was not fickle. When it comes to things like internet providers, people, if they're getting the same meg, the same service from company A, B, C or D, then they're going to choose on price and price alone. When it comes down to people's favorite car brand or their favorite watch brand, they're not fickle. They choose it because they're in love with the brand. They need that brand. They choose that brand because they're loyal to that brand, so they're less fickle. Education's another great example about this. You send your children to private school. You don't just change private school every week if they put the prices up 10-15% because you're loyal to that education. You want the stability for your child, so you're not fickle. When it comes to ice cubes, you don't care how much your ice cubes are. You're very fickle about who you choose to buy from because you want just the best price. So choose businesses where there isn't fickle customers. Be very careful here because most businesses have fickle customers. Think like a football team. Your favorite football team, you don't just change who you support, you're loyal to them, you're not fickle. Number 15 is love, want and need. And this really does accumulate all the things that I've spoken about: fickle customers, hungry audience, all of that stuff. If you can choose a business where there's love, want and need, you're onto a winner. This is the best example that I can give of this, the iPhone. People love their iPhone, they want their iPhone and they need their iPhone. Even in these coronavirus times and pandemics, when your country's locked down, if your iPhone breaks, you will get it sorted straight away. It's because you love, want and need it. Food, people love food, they want food, they need food. Education, they love it, they want it, need it. Homes, they love it, they want it, need it. Most businesses, especially most that I've been involved in, other than my property and education business, people, they love it, they love days out. They want to go to a theme park, they want to go to an attraction, they want to do days out, but they don't need to do days out. And coronavirus has proved this to me more than anything has ever done. The government are going to close down visitor attractions, they're going to close down restaurants, they're going to close down hotels, but they ain't going to stop people going to supermarkets. It's because they love it, they need food. People love food, I love food, they want food, they need food. Technology, they love it, want it, need it. If you can choose a business where love, want and need all play a part, then you're going to build something of huge value. If you choose a business that's just love and want, you're doing well. Lots of hotels have done well. Lots of designer brands have done well. I'm not saying it's not possible, but if you can get love, want and need working together, then you're off to a big, big cash win when you sell your business. And as I always say, you should always look to sell your business even if you don't want to sell it. Guys, if you're loving this video, I'll tell you what will help you even further. It's my Entrepreneurs University. I created this platform with different modules on different business subjects that really accelerate the learning for business owners. You can try it for free at my website, jamessinclair.net, or there's a link in the video description. For 14 days, you can go through my modules, and if you like it, you can stick around. Even then, it's really cheap, $49.99 a month to be a member of my Entrepreneurs University, where I've put all my cheat sheets, blueprints, and even copies of my business plans that I know accelerate a business's growth. Let's get back to the next chapter. Choose businesses with high revenue per employee. Think about this. You've got £1 million turnover and you've got 2 staff. That means you're bringing in £500,000 revenue per employee. Now, this has been done in some stockbroking firms and venture capitalist firms, but it's really important that you as a business owner think about how can I get the most revenue per employee possible. If you're paying your staff, say £35,000, and you're only bringing in £50,000 for every £35,000 you pay out, you've only got £15,000 left to pay the overheads, the rent, the insurance, all of that stuff. Think about Apple. I mean, I think this is a great thing. This, one of these is now $1,200 or 1,200 quid, whatever it is, and they're paying their employees, say, £15 an hour. So if they're selling 2 iPhones or 2 Apple products every single hour, that's £2,500, and they've only spent about £20 on the direct sale to get that through the member of staff that's selling them. Now, I know there's designers and in all of these people in the Apple company that are building all these products. There's loads of research and development. But if you think about the amount Apple spend on labor compared to their huge turnover around the world, they have a very high revenue per employee. That's how you've got to think if you want to build the perfect business. Number 17, think, is it scalable or is it franchisable? It's really important that you as an entrepreneur, you might take your business to 20 million of revenue. You might take it to 5 million of revenue. You might think, right, I'm done now. I'm going to sell this to the next person. Or you might want to take it to the next level yourself. They need to look, how can I scale this business when I take it over? Or how can you and your team scale it? And scalability is really important. There's a quick rule of thumb that I have. If I give you access to all the money in the world and I give you access to all the best people in the world, can you easily is the optimum word, can you easily scale it to £1 billion plus company? And if easily is not in that vocabulary of how you can do it, then your business isn't scalable. Let me give you an example. I'm going to give you £1 billion. I'm going to give you access to all of the best people in the world to build a mobile phone company. You've got access to all the money you need and all the best people in the world. You should easily be able to turn that into £1 billion company because you've got access to people and money to do it. So you could take on Vodafone, for example. That's because it's easy scalable. There's millions of people that want to get access to data and internet. So think like that. You might want to be thinking, well, I've got just a burger restaurant. Well, that's hard to scale up on your own, but could you turn it into a franchisable model? And don't kid yourself here. Be very honest with yourself. How can I scale up my business and is it franchisable? Now, most businesses that I come across, especially SMEs, are just not easily scalable. Say, I don't know, you make cupcakes or cookies. It's really difficult to scale that up because it's a key man cottage industry business. Now, that's fine if that's what you want to do. If you want to be just someone making a few extra £1,000 to keep your family going, absolutely fine. But if you want to build a perfect business that has value that you need to sell when you're finished, think about how can you scale it, or is it franchisable? Really, really important. Number 18, it's easy to sack yourself and systemize the business. I learned this through my career that some businesses are just so much easier to systemize and sack yourself from. Now, I've spoken a lot on this video about myself as an entertainer in the early days. I was the product, I was the system. I could easily scale it up. Now, I did train other people to entertain like me, but it wasn't exactly my personality. Other businesses that I've got involved in are so much easier to systemize, especially regulated businesses like education, dentistry, accountancy, solicitors. They're all regulated businesses, so it's easy to systemize a regulation that's already there. I'm actually a big fan of regulated businesses, where lots of business owners are scared of regulated businesses. I like them because they're easy to systemize. You want to make sure that you choose businesses where you can sack yourself and you can systemize the business in time and easily. Business goes through this thing of difficult, and easy, difficult. You can do everything you want in life, but it's difficult, like flying to Mars and building a colony on Mars. Really difficult, but we all know that one day that's not going to be impossible. When you're starting out on business, you need to go down the easy, difficult route and choose businesses that are difficult, but it's the easy, difficult, because all business is difficult. Number 19 is choosing businesses where you're never needed or tempted to discount. These bad boys, I'm mentioning Apple again here, and Disney, they never have to do these huge, great whacking discounts because they've got loyal customers and they've got people that love, want and need their products. You know, the new James Bond film that's going to eventually come out, they don't need to discount those tickets because people want to go and see it. In fact, they probably put the prices up because they've been closed for the last year. People are going to pay it because they want to do it. There is no need to discount. Choose businesses where there's no need to discount. You know, in an SME sector, again, education, dentistry. When does your dentist? He goes in there and says, right, you got a pain in your tooth, it's £2,000 to sort it out. I'll tell you what, I'll do you a little cheeky discount, 50% off. Never going to happen. So choose businesses where there's no need to discount. You're always going to have a stronger margin. You're always going to be more profitable. And crucially, when you want to exit, people are going to want to buy it. The last one. Customers can follow up a funnel and increase the value that they spend with you over time. This is really powerful stuff, and this is really how you can get businesses to the next level. It's the last point, but very important. Think about this. If you could get another 20% out of customers that already spend with you rather than going to find new customers, you're on to a winner chicken dinner moment. To me, the best company in the world that does this so spectacularly well is the one about a mouse, Disney. They get you on that process of watching their videos and their content for free, then you buy their toys, and then you go on holiday with them, and you know, the value keeps going up from nearly free to then, you know, 50, £100 on toys, £1,000 worth of toys over a child's lifetime, probably even more than that. Their clothes, then you buy the DVDs, more toys, then you go on Disney World, then you go on Disney Cruise and Disney hotels. They're constantly moving their customers up this pyramid of getting more value out of them. Companies do this really well. Apple, you start off, I started off with just the iPod, then I moved on to the iPhone, then I have a Mac, and then I have an iPad, and then my rest of my family have an iPad, then I have the EarPods, and so it goes. They're getting more and more cash out of you and moving you down a funnel to buy more stuff. It shocks me how many SME business owners have really loyal customers but only one revenue stream. You want to create multiple revenue streams that fold into your existing empire. Now, I teach more of this stuff in my Entrepreneurs University. I'd love you to go and give it a try. You can try it for free on my website, jamessinclair.net. There's some real good lessons in there. Hope you've enjoyed this video. What other things do you think I should add to this book? Have you got any other essential things that you believe makes a perfect business? If you have, please hit them in the comments below. And if I add you in the book, then I'll reference you and say, mwah, thank you for giving me your contributions. Don't forget to go and check out last week's video with the first 10 by clicking here, and subscribe to the channel by clicking here, and I'll see you in the next video. Ta-ra.